Hey y'all, today we have a Shimano Stradic C3000 that's just frozen or locked up. Doesn't move. So we'll figure out why that is and how to fix it. If you want to see a full breakdown on one of these, you can check my library for it. I think it's a C5000. Okay, so I'm going to start by taking off the handle just to get it out of the way. And then I'll remove the spool, and I'm going to focus my attention up here in this area first. Even though it feels like it might be the gears, it's probably not going to be the gears. Alright, so to get this up, we're going to remove these washers here so we can access a screw underneath. Okay, so here's the screw we're looking for to remove. Yeah, that is trouble. I'm going to soak that a little bit. I'm just hoping that this that support there is not frozen. Because if it is, it gets a little tricky to save that stuff, and as a matter of fact, just getting it off. And I think it is. Alright, so I'm going to pause the camera here and just work on getting this off. It's a bit involved, something that I don't even want to kind of narrate. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Now I don't know if you can see that or not, but it doesn't look that bad at all. But this is one of the most, I guess for me, one of the most difficult things to remove if it's frozen onto the shaft without damaging the rest of the reel. So this is tricky. So you got to make sure that this thing has some sort of lubrication under it, like grease or something, so that it doesn't get frozen to the shaft. And it looks very innocuous. It doesn't look that bad because you can't see a whole bunch of anything here. But this entire shaft, or most of it, was frozen to that, or this support was frozen to most of that shaft right there where it was meeting. Crazy stuff. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. And just based on that, we can suspect that it's probably gonna be in the area that we want to go looking at first, because the water's probably getting down inside there. We'll clean all these things up later on, and obviously there's some parts we'll have to replace there. Where's my... To undo this, we're going to turn to the right. Now we're going to pull this off and check that stack is what we're going to look at first. To do that, we're going to undo these 3 screws here. And all I see is rust. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, we got things locked up inside there. There's a washer on here that I don't want to damage if I can help it. So I'll be a little careful doing this. It's an O-ring. Yeah, it seems like we have a bunch of water just kind of got inside here, and just kind of locked all these things up. So quite a few things to replace. This was frozen. This inner race was frozen to the anti-reverse. Oh boy. good news is though, there's no good news here. I take that back. I'm lying to you guys. I was going to say the bearing on the bottom is not going to be stuck. Looks like it might be, so we're going to open this up. Alright, so I'm going to open this up. There's a couple screws here. Remove this. There's a couple screws under there as well. I'll come right back to you guys. Okay, let's see if this comes off. That's nice. Alright, so I'm going to pull this up. And that came out too. That's good. Now let's see what's going on here. Well, the bearing's not stuck to it, so it's just getting stuck right here. Okay, excuse the mess. So what happened with this is that there was a little bit of splaying at the top here where the one of those washers met that groove right there at the top of the shaft. So we had to file that down because the truth is I couldn't get that off, and for me to try to work on getting that off inside here would have damaged the frame. So I just kind of go through what needs to be changed out on this, and if I have, I guess I'll save the video until I get some of the parts in, because a lot of the parts I have, but there's some parts that I do not have. So this is frozen. This is the lower pinion bearing. This is the upper pinion bearing. That's frozen as well. This is full of rust. Don't know if you can see it inside there or not. We need to keep this cover for the new one. And the screws are okay, so that's good. You can see some rust down there. Can replace that. This I think we can save. And we have one anyhow just in case. Or I have one just in case. Then we have the bushing that obviously had to get damaged to get off. The bushing support there, and a couple of these washers. Funny enough, the line roller was fine, and you wouldn't kind of expect to see that with this kind of stuff, but it means that the person probably took care of his reel, but somehow water seeped in and it was never serviced, or maybe sat up for a while and then just kind of locked up in certain places. Is there anything else that we're going to change out? The gear was fine. I tested that out already, and I think that was it. The drags might be an issue. I don't know. I didn't check those yet, but everything else seemed to be fine. So we're just going to change those pieces out. When I get everything put back together, I'll show you the final product to show you that it works. But note that this was a lot of stuff going on here. Did I say this part as well? This is the handle side bearing, since he cranks right-handed. That needs to be replaced as well. I don't know if I said that or not. But quite a bit of pieces to replace. So, alright. I'll see you guys hopefully in a bit. Alright, so here's a bag of replaced parts. Here's the reel put back together. Let's test it out and make sure it works. That works nicely. Flip. That works. We changed the drags out on this as well. So now it works, which is good. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you found the video useful, please hit that thumbs up button. And also consider subscribing to the channel if you appreciate this kind of content. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.